Trouble they sleep, yanga go wake am. Palava, 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 you go get. Palava, palava, you go get you. Um, this issue of Wizkid, bigger than Fela or Fela bigger than Wizkid, is not really supposed to be a topic of conversation in the national space, but Sean Kuti has caused this. That is the truth. We all have been seeing how Wizkid has been paying his dues. Wizkid has been showing so much respect for Baba Fela. But you know what? Sean Kuti caused this. And people are now antagonizing Wizkid. Yeah, Wizkid has gove. He really gove for saying he's bigger than Sean's papa, Baba. That is Fela. We are all not happy about that statement, but the truth is, Sean caused this. Well, I think the question now should not be who is bigger between Wizkid and Fela, because we all know that they both play role that do not collaborate. Fela is more of a political activist, someone who, or let me say, a cultural um, promoter, someone who fought for the liberation of his people. He was against starvation and maltreatment of the people, while Wizkid is more of an artist, purely an artist. That is difference. Fela was more than just an artist. Wizkid is just an artist. And the question should not just be that who is bigger between the two. The question now should be, has Wizkid truly disrespected Fela? Genuinely speaking, or frankly speaking, I think Wizkid hasn't done anything of that sort. He only reacted to what Seun did to him. Seun has been dragging Wizkid's name to the mud for a very long time, and this young man has always been quiet over this thing. But you know, one can be silent, one can try to overlook things, but to some extent, they can react. He has reacted finally and is being antagonized for it, despite the fact that everyone knows that he respects Fela Kuti, the legend. He has tattoo of Fela on his body, and he has paid his dues in some occasions. As you can see, he has been sampling Fela's songs and acknowledging Fela's contribution. Fela being the pioneer of Afrobeat. Wizkid has always been acknowledging this. Wizkid has never for once disrespected Fela, but he said this as a result of what Seun Kuti said about him or has been doing to him, has always been dragging his name to the mud. And I think we should take this as a reaction and not an insult to Fela. It's a reaction to Seun Kuti's action against him. So it should be something we don't use it to judge Whiskey's respect or intention or his perspective or view towards who Fela is. His perspective or view about Fela is what he has represented in different occasions, including the tattoo on his body, speaks volume. Let's respect the fact that this young man has been doing well. You see, people do chest cloud. Everyone knows that Wizkid is a big name, that if you drag Wizkid, you have engagement on your handle. That is why you see Most people are coming up now. Content creators are speaking ill of him. They're taking advantage of this saga just to have engagement and make a whole lot of money from the social media platforms. So unfortunate, Whiskey is the victim here. However, I think he's gonna come out victoriously. Whiskey is never gonna lose. Yeah, this is just a young boy from Ojuelegba, a boy that paved the way for many young boys to know that they can also do it. Yeah, Fela is the pioneer. Fela has done a lot. He brought the idea, then Wizkid now modifies it and push it to the world. And now Afrobeats has become globally known because of Wizkid. Let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate the two. Let's choose our words wisely so that we don't tarnish one while trying to make one look good. No, both of them are legends. Fela is gone, but Wizkid is alive. He's a living legend. We have to respect that fact. Respect Wizkid. You might see no Wizkid by age, but Wizkid is big. Fela is big, yeah, because he's big. He's done a lot for this country. We know what he passed through in trying to shape things, in trying to bring things in order in the country. That does not take away Whiskey's excellence. Both, both of them are genius. They are the pride of Nigeria, pride of Africa. You can't take away the fact that Whiskey is currently the biggest artist to come from Africa. The biggest. That's the truth. You're talking about Grammy, saying Thames, Burna Boy, this and that. Yeah, I respect the two. I respect those ones too, but in reality, we all know that Wizkid is the number one, is the biggest in the music industry in Nigeria and Africa at large. Wizkid is Wizkid. You throw shit trolling Wizkid for whatever grudges you have against him. Forget about those things. Because those things, those grudges or malice cannot take away the greatness of Wizkid. He has achieved a lot. He's done this. And other young boys who are coming up are using his tune. You see, most of these young guys, these young artists we've been seeing these days, right from what do they call this boy? Uh, this boy in Marvin's before, Ricardo Banks. If you listen to Ricardo, you will think Wizkid is the one. Yeah, that is because he loves Wizkid and he tries to sing like Wizkid. And then when you listen to some other artists, young ones, you see that they're using Wizkid's sound. And that is not a problem. But some of you are making it look like Wizkid sampling Fela is something wrong or bad thing. It's never. That is how it is. Fela is his role model, and he is the role model to other artists that are coming up now too. He's a role model to some guys who are now already peak in the industry. Let's not disrespect this young guy simply because someone triggered him to say things out of proportion. He spoke. He wrote out of proportion. I can say that tweet came out of proportion. But despite the inner proportion, we shouldn't say or condemn him thoughtfully. Let's not do that. Fela is the biggest because he is the pioneer of Afrobeat. And Wizkid modifies it and makes it global. It makes it globally known. That is how it's supposed to be. One brought the idea, one pushed the idea to the world. And now we have a lot of people, a lot of young boys coming up, and some have came up through this music, and they are big now because these two have done so well in that Afrobeat. Let's appreciate them. I just want us to be positive. Let's stop being negative. Let's stop disrespecting these two legends. Thank you all. Love you all. I am Ogamira. Thank you.